The studio is where you get your rock status, and your rock status is based on your average response time to a question, your studio speed. That studio speed is an average that's been produced over your last 10 studio games. And you might like to see how your students are doing, because that single recall figure can give you a really headline, quick snapshot view of their overall performance on the tables. So click the class stats icon and then studio to arrive at your class's studio page. The certificates icon here appears if you have the stats bolt on and allows you to get their rock status certificates. If you choose in the last 7 days, it will only show you the PDF certificates for students who have earned a new rock status over the last 7 days. Quite handy then if you do that once a week on the same day each week, it will always give you what's been earned in the last 7 days. The first time you do this, it will ask for you to select the gender so that it can produce the PDF with the appropriate looking images. This area here is available with the stats bolt-on and gives you the headline figures for the class, and you can delve into the history here of the class to see how that studio average has been dropping over time by clicking on this icon. This is where we can look at the pupil by pupil data, which is downloadable here in a CSV. Ordering by clicking on the heading allows you to see where they first started, this is their first ever studio speed, and where they are now. So this pupil, I think, played first 10 studio games and then never played again in the studio, or hasn't thus far. But this pupil has played, initially had a recall time of about 9 seconds, now has a recall time of about 3 seconds. Clicking the column heading again, we see that this is the fastest student who can answer a times table question on average in under a second, 0.64 seconds per question. This is their current rock status, and this is their best ever rock status. Anything highlighted in purple was achieved relatively recently, and if I click the column heading here, it will order it in terms of the most recent. So dark purple, if you want to look at the key, just hover over the little eye icon, you'll see the dark purple refers to a status that was achieved in the last 7 days. You could, if you wanted, go direct to that student's rock status certificate by clicking here. This tells you how many games they've played in the studio, and this tells you how accurate they are in the studio. If for any reason you want to look at their first 10 studio games and their most recent 10 studio games, just click this little downward chevron. And you can delete any rogue games here by pressing the trash icon, and it will recalculate their studio speed. Okay, so the places that I would focus my attention on are the studio speed and status, purely to celebrate the pupils, and I would also obviously use the certificates to get those sent to the printer and then handed out to the pupils. It's usually quite a nice reward for them to receive once a week. Okay, hope that helps.